NGN's presentation of the USA Ultimate National Championships brought to you by Elemental Technologies, perfecting the media experience with multi-screen delivery solutions for the modern world. And Patagonia, team sales and discounts for athletes seeking exceptional quality and peak performance.
Howdy, y'all, and welcome to Frisco, Texas. We are here at the 2014 National Championships by USA Ultimate. I am Topher Davis, here with Kyle Reisbrod, excited to bring you today's action on the Next Gen Network. Today we are looking at number 3, San Francisco Fury, and number 10, Austin Showdown.
Yeah, it's a beautiful weekend here, Topher, and this is the biggest weekend of the year here for these teams and for USA Ultimate as we look to crown our national champion. There you see Matty Sang, coach of Fury. Teams have been preparing all season long for this 4-day tournament, and we've got games here on Next Gen Network all weekend long, starting today with 4 games, and here we've got Fury and Showdown.
Yeah, and these teams have had quite the interesting history at Nationals, Kyle. Showdown, in the past 2 years, 2012 and 2013, came in ranked 3rd in their pool, ended up upsetting, jumping 2 seeds to take the number 1 spot, and both in 2012 and 2013, they got to the semis, faced up against Fury, and that's where they fell down.
Yeah, this is a very different Showdown team this year. They've had a lot of turnover, losing some very key players, most notably Sarah Blythe and Kara Crouch, one of the members of the 2013 U.S. World Games team.
We see Showdown in red starting off the game in offense. That is Katie Forth with the disc. We will be talking about her a lot. Excuse me, that's not Katie Forth. That is Rebecca Forth. Goes by Beck Forth. She's on the disc. A foul is called on the mark on Kayla Jorgensen as play stops temporarily. Beck Forth, inside out break intended for Kimber Coles, but that is picked up easily by Carolyn Finney. Fury now with their first possession on defense, trying to get their score. Liz Duffy dumps it to Fong, and Fong going deep. Claire Desmond is found in the end zone. Fury with a quick break on their first possession. They take the lead 1-0.
So Fury looking confident and strong in their very first point out here. Showdown looking a little hesitant off that restart. One thing that we noticed is that the handlers were really separated from the downfield players and really gave an easy look there for Carolyn Finney to get that block on Kimber Coles. And then Fury off to the races on the turnover, able to punch that one in. Claire Desmond making the catching for the goal. Claire Desmond having a fantastic season, being one of the really top-tier big athletes here for the San Francisco Fury squad.
Especially confident for Fury for their young players in there. That was Fong to Desmond, both members of the U23 team that competed in Toronto back in 2013. They connect for the goal and assist, and Showdown, his offensive line, back on the field to try to punch in their first point on their second possession.
On the sideline, you saw Sean McCall, Shawnee Mack, a longtime player here in the Texas community, player for Double Wide, and in his first year coaching Texas Showdown.
And a nice floaty pull, about 2 yards in the end zone. Sharon Raby with the disc in the center of the field. To Forth on the sideline. She's able to get it to Malachek upfield. Really working that backhand sideline from Showdown, unable to really get it around. We see them go upfield again. Poindexter on the sideline. A foul is called. Anna Nazaroff had knocked the disc out of Poindexter's hands. Play stops, quickly resets. Poindexter stuck on the sideline, and she puts it up to Forth. Contested. Fury able to get their second block in as many points. And the second from Liz Duffy, if I remember correctly.
Carolyn Finney with the first D, Duffy with the second D. Duffy's a first-year player for Fury, but a long-time player for Seattle Ryan Ozone in Atlanta.
Here we go. Wow. So Showdown gets it right back, goes for the huck from Raby and just misses. It looked like there might have been a call, but incidental contact in the end zone gives Fury their third possession, as they're going to try to punch this away for their second break. Inside break to Jorgensen. On the sideline to Desmond. She's looking into the middle, finds Fong. Great switch all the way across the field. Fury now working that forehand sideline. And Jorgensen, deep shot again to Claire Desmond, just out of her reach.
Very nice movement there from Fury. They started out in very classic Fury fashion with that little 7 cut, the one that creates open side space and then gets that kind of slight IO break, and then they were off to the races using the width of the field, going both to the side that we're on as well as the far side before Jorgensen took that deep shot. And it was a good-looking deep shot, but just a little out of reach for Desmond.
Raby bringing this up to the cone. It's been their main handler so far. Can't find the first look to Malachek. Is able to get it up line. Still working that backhand side. Showdown not being very successful in using both sides of the field. Their offense seems to be getting stuck. Credit the Fury defense for that one. But here, Malachek, 10 yards outside. She breaks it to the middle. And there goes Showdown off to the races, but a miss throw, unforced error at a very critical time for Showdown.
Yeah, that was a tough turnover. 2 open receivers there, Sarah Levin as well as Janelle Van Zant, both in the end zone. An opportunity for Showdown to get on the board. But now Fury with another opportunity for a break.
And a play in the middle of the field is fourth. Knocks it away from Jorgensen, but it looks like a foul. Uncontested observer is quick to get that reset. And Jorgensen will start with the disc in the middle of the field. Fury has 70 yards to work it. Desmond in the middle. Nazaroff able to get that break. Great job switching the field. And Jorgensen on her second attempt to Desmond. What a grab by Claire Desmond. This time pulls it in, no problem. And Fury in 2 points gets their second break. Wonderful play from this team so far.
Well, great 70-yard offense there from Fury, and Desmond showing up and showing the deep threat that she can be here for this Fury offense. After the turnover, she takes off deep again. This is the third time she's uncontested going deep. Teams are going to have to control Desmond if they want to control Fury. And here's an early contender for our Patagonia play of the game. Great layout catch from Claire Desmond for the 2-0 lead from Fury.
Right, and that is a great lead into our keys of the game for San Francisco Fury today. We were talking about in our setup that Fury's keys are to contain on Showdown, Sunny Harris, Mariel Hammond, and Katie Forth. So far, I think they've been doing a good job. Katie Forth not as well in 2 points. She hasn't put a score on. We'll see how that turns out later in the game. They also need to find their championship groove, which, you know, from the look of these first 2 points, Fury might have found it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big one for Fury for sure. Fury has had, you know, this is the first time I think coming to nationals in 8 years where they're not the favorites. And I think that idea, that concept of confidence and where you're coming from kind of changes. And I think that Fury can rebuild that confidence to the point where they believe in themselves as championship contenders again. You know, another big thing that Fury is missing this year is Alex Snyder hasn't taken the field yet. She dislocated her knee in the finals of the World Championships. And Nancy Sun, another big handler for Fury, out with a bulging disc in her back. Both are on the O-line. The O-line hasn't taken the field yet, but I see them both in street clothes on the sideline.
So Fury called for the offsides. They have to re-pull, and Showdown now on their third offensive point. In 3, they take no time throwing it deep. And that one finds Rebecca Forth easily. Wonderful throw from Tina Woodings. And Showdown takes a quick shot, gets the momentum back on their side. They're happy to be in the game. Only down one, even though it feels like in those first 2 points they might have had a time to get out of this game. Yeah,
outplayed early, but this is a great shot. What I like about this look is Showdown showing that they have that deep look. One thing that was really challenging, I think, for Showdown's first couple points is that their downfield cutters were very far downfield, and so Fury was able to front them a lot. Demonstrating that they can put those deep puts more pressure on those Fury defenders to have to respect both sides and may open up some of those undercuts for Showdown on future offensive points.
I couldn't agree more, Kyle. And not only that, is that throw came from the center of the field. We've seen Showdown get to that sideline and really have a tough time getting away from it. When they're in the center of the field, that deep game is much more open. You have both sides to take your shots. And Showdown capitalizing well. Down 1-2 and ready to start their first defensive point.
And I said Alex Snyder out. She's actually taking her first point here since the finals of nationals, so she's out on the line. We'll keep a close eye on her and how she's moving out there with her knee. And this is our first look at the Showdown D-line.
Tina Woodings with the pull after getting the assist. Fury starting their first offensive point. Snyder there in the middle. And there's a stop on the play as Ness Fajardo goes down, came into contact with the Showdown defender. The disc is going to go back to Snyder. I don't think there's a foul call that affects the play. The observer might have just stopped it to make sure Fajardo wasn't sitting on the ground with an injury.
Some discussion on where this ends up. It looks like they're going to send Cree Howard, who was the continue on the play, back towards the middle of the field with a couple of steps.
So players are returning to where the injury would have occurred. With Snyder with the disc.
On the mark.
And there's that 7 cut from Cree Howard attacking the live side of the field and goes dead side. She's now in the middle. Pick Caithley in the middle of the field with the disc. Goes all the way across the field. Wonderful swing. Fury now working that other sideline. A quick shot down the sideline. Ooh, and an unforced drop from Genevieve LaRoche.
That's a tough one. That great offense again from Fury. Genevieve LaRoche, one of the veterans, long-standing Fury players. She's one of only 2 players who's been on all of Fury's title run during that 7 years. But she's unable to come up with that one, as Fury does a great job of getting that with taking that strike, but it looks just a little lazy from LaRoche there.
So Showdown with an opportunity to get in this game, but no, Lisa Pitcaithley, wonderful D, but drops it on the goal line. They're trying to score quick, can't get it. Showdown off and running, and another unforced error. Fury, 20 yards to go on their first offensive point. Fajardo, as she releases that, puts her head down, but Cree Howard really saves the day there. She's got it just on the cone. Switches back to the middle. Wide open, but a pick is called. Maybe that's why Cree Howard didn't have a defender on her.
Fury offense looking a little bit sloppy here on the last couple of possessions, struggling to put this one in.
Howard disc in the middle of the field, breaks it around to Fajardo, and Fury is able to punch in their first offensive point despite 2 turns in the point. And that is real important for this team to keep that offensive momentum going.
Yeah, Cree Howard showing that championship poise and patience there after that pick call, faking and moving the disc and moving her mark. This one was a questionable one, but again, Howard bailing out Fury there, going up high. Great read. This throw was to LaRoche, but Howard with the better read on it, able to come down with it, and then off the check, Fajardo to Cree Howard, and Howard finding Fajardo back for the goal. So 3-1, Fury here with the lead. Mentioned Genevieve LaRoche. Genevieve LaRoche, Alex Snyder are the only 2 players who were here for the whole championship run of Fury, obviously along with Maddie Sang. Maddie Sang in his last year of coaching. And Alex Snyder's future kind of up in the air here with Fury as well. She's possibly moving away from the Bay Area. Although during that run with San Francisco, Alex Snyder has lived in other places. She actually spent some of her time in Madison, Wisconsin, and commuting back to play with Fury.
Certainly, distance traveling to play with the team is not unheard of in the game of Ultimate. People's lives take them somewhere else, but they want to remain with their team that they've connected with. So Showdown starting again on offense. This time moving it quickly. Fury is throwing a 3-man cup zone. This is the first time that Showdown has really been stopped by it. They're able to get that breakthrough, get a couple quick passes, but now the cup is set. It looks like Fury might have transitioned into man.
Yeah, Sonny Harris there anchoring the offensive line there for Showdown. Sonny Harris, of course, with a very successful college year this year with University of Central Florida, taking her team to the semifinal. She comes over to Showdown, you know, you talk about traveling players, with her teammate Meryl Hammond from University of Central Florida.
Harris with the break to find Katie Forth. And to bring this game back within 1, Showdown 2, San Francisco Fury 3.
Well, some great handler movement here from Showdown, showing some great confidence and poise here early in this game. You can see Sonny Harris dominating in the backfield and distributing the disc, making it very easy. Nice little backhand breaks. Those backhand breaks are really open on the forced backhand sometimes. If you got that little backhand flip, a lot of wrist snap, you can put it out into that break side space and make it very easy for your receivers to run onto.
Right, and we have seen on this network Sonny Harris with a strong backhand break. Sometimes no pivot for 30, 40 yards upfield. She's confident breaking that throw on the backhand side and will be a major part of this Showdown offense in the game ahead.
Yeah, you know, we saw her play at ECC. She was a little injured. Looked like she had a strained groin there. Talking to Shawnee Mack, the Showdown coach, prior to the game, he said that she's healthier than she was at ECC. You know, another big storyline for Showdown, too, is that they were missing about 30% of their roster when they went to Worlds in Italy. They didn't practice for most of August like a lot of teams that went to Worlds. And so now they have 6 weeks of practice under their belt. They've had a bit of a rough season, not a strong ECC overall, but he feels like they're gelling now at the right time.
Exactly, and Showdown, as we talked about in the past 2 years, has come in third in the pool in the past 2 years and ended up in semis. So they're fine taking it easy in that regular season. And Fury on offense, quick throws as Kayla Jorgensen tries to find Maggie Rudin in the end zone. That is knocked away by Showdown, and they have an opportunity to tie this game up with a break.
So I mentioned the other player I mentioned who was injured and may not be playing this game, Nancy Sun. She is on the line here for Fury in this offensive point.
An offensive point for Fury, but now they're playing defense. A floaty huck. Crowd settles underneath it and almost picked up on the tip away, but not enough. Fury quick to get this thing going again. A discussion on the field. Looks like it might be a pick call, but it is going to stay at Nancy Sun. Tina Wooding is just going to make up the space that she had missed because she did not have a play on the disc. Wow. Great grab there from Maggie Rudin to keep the disc alive, laying out past her defender underneath. And Sun really dominating this handler position, gets the up line, and going towards the end zone, that is knocked away.
Great play there on defense from Christina Contreras on Showdown. Contreras was the receiver who almost was able to come down with it on the other end, but here making a point-saving block, just able to get in front of the Fury receiver, Andrea Romano.
Showdown with their second possession of this point. On that backhand side. Woodings just above their own end zone. Gets it to the middle, pass to Bidding Jorgensen. Inside break still picked up by Showdown. Looked like it was going to go over the intended receiver's head. And a call on the play. That's going to stop. Looks like an injury. Another Fury player went down.
You know, one thing we haven't mentioned here is the wind. The wind is actually, it's a pretty strong wind here, probably around 13 to 15 miles per hour. In the direction that the offense is going at right now, Showdown is going into the wind. So this is definitely going to be the tougher direction for offenses to score here in these early rounds of the game, of the day.
And the observer ruled that, ruled the drop a foul on the offense. Doesn't matter as Showdown resets quickly, and they are back in a miscue, unforced error. Rebecca Shelton throws it straight to the sideline. No receivers anywhere nearby. Now Nazaroff to Sun in the middle. She's able to get it all the way across on the sideline. Fury has been very good at switching the fields this game, and as a Frisbee player, that is something that you want to see.
Yeah, being able to attack that both the live and the dead side of the field puts the defense downfield really on their heels because they have so much space that they have to defend and cover. Fury does such a great job of creating different spaces on the field that they can attack.
Rudin now in the middle of the field, puts it up to Nazarov, and she's got a nice leading pass, just goes outside the back of the end zone.
Nazarov calling a foul here, it looks like, on the throw.
Foul on the throw. It doesn't look like her mark. Rebecca Shelton is contesting. Fury able to keep possession. Their third possession of this point.
And I think with the wind, these downwind hucks, you know, I don't even see that foul. That's maybe right on the very end, but that is far after she's released the disc. That is a surprising no contest.
So Nazaroff getting the disc back after the foul in the middle. Centers it to Jorgensen.
I believe it's Jorgensen with a hard J.
Just like jogging, I guess.
Yeah.
And Jorgensen almost gets batted away, but Nazaroff is able to pick it up. There is a call back. A stall is called by the observer.
I believe by Merrill Hammond. And it looks like it's going to be a contested stall. Looks like, so the observer not making a ruling here. The players agree to play it as a contested stall coming in on 8.
Showdown with a big opportunity to get a third possession and a break, and they are able to get it. Forcing the throw. Showdown ready to go. And a big huck trying to strike deep right away. Floating. One receiver there, knocked up, but picked up by Christina Contreras. She's just outside the end zone. Center of the field. Showdown really needs to put this one to tie the game. On the goal line. And a timeout called.
Showdown takes a timeout.
Love this timeout call. Defensive line going into the upwind end zone. Huge opportunity for a break for Showdown. Merrill Hammond takes the timeout. We are going to also take a quick break here while they take a timeout. Welcome back to Next Gen Network's coverage of the USA Ultimate National Championships. First round action here between San Francisco Fury and Austin Showdown. Fury with an 8-6 lead. Story of the game here is Fury's defensive conversion and Showdown staying in this game with a few lucky plays here. They're really, a lot of their goals have been on these very tough passes where they're missing their initial receiver, a lot of tipped passes, but they're coming up on the right side of luck enough times that they're still in this game. It's a close enough game here, Topher, that they have a shot at it.
Certainly, but they can't rely on those type of plays. Early in this game, in the first couple points, there are a lot of turns on both sides, and then after that, jitters, both teams cleaned it up a lot. Showdown has been lucky with those goals, but on a whole, both teams are improving very well throughout this game. We're starting out this half with Fury on offense, a huge advantage as they already have an 8-6 lead.
Good call.
As a pick is called downfield, and Fong is stuck with the disc, guarded by Mario Hammond.
You know, one thing, Topher, all game long so far we've seen Fury run out of a horizontal offense. They've actually been working on a vertical offense this year, which is new for them. I wonder if they just don't want to put it out here since it's being filmed for other teams to see for later in the weekend. But they do have that in their pocket, and here's a Fury O-line turnover.
Yeah, Jorgensen dropping it in the middle of the field, and Showdown, quick strike, Mario Hammond in the end zone, and that is big for the Showdown team to come out of this half, open up with an upwind break, and who knows how this half is going to go now.
Well, that is a big point here for Showdown. They come out, and that quick strike on that turnover, just a great reaction from Mario Hammond to put her head down and go to the end zone, and Rebecca Shelton to recognize what was going on and put out a perfect strike there and make an easy play there for Mario Hammond on Kayla Jorgensen. And you don't see Kayla Jorgensen get beat like that very frequently.
No, you don't. And the other thing about drops and unforced errors is for an offense, you see that pass going to Jorgensen, you're turning upfield because you assume that that is going to be completed. And then when you turn around, the disc is on the ground and Showdown is already heading the other way. It's so hard to get set up in unforced errors like that.
Yeah, and the fast break response from Showdown, fantastic. That's a big one. It's an upwinder, first point out of half for a break to make it a 1-point game. Fury had the opportunity to make it their first 3-point lead, and Showdown just pulls it right back in here.
And we talked about the missed opportunities from Showdown in that first half. They had 6 chances to get a break in the first half and only ended up coming away with 1 of them. So far in this half, 1 chance, 1 goal. That is a great metric for going in with confidence as Showdown pulls the disc to the Fury offense.
Definitely bodes well here, and now they've got an opportunity to get a break going downwind.
Finney with the disc. Looks like an ISO and can't quite get to her defender, Maggie Rudin. Showdown, another short field opportunity. They are just outside the end zone. An upline cut coming, and a pick or a foul is called.
Looks like a push-off foul there. Called on Diana Chair, who's making upline cut from the backfield handling position. So it looks like this one's going to come back. Looks like stall count of 8, so there's a very high stall. This is going to go up quickly. No way, she doesn't get it off.
Fury gets it back with a stall. Count that as a team defense. And I don't believe the observer is doing this ruling correctly. He is sending everyone back for the tap-in on the stall. I was under the impression that the stall doesn't stop play. It just switches possession.
Well, the defender has to check it in after the stall is called, so I believe that is correct. That was a really big waste opportunity there from Showdown. Showdown opportunity to tie it up here right out of half and put some real pressure on. But look at Fury. Fury looks like they are focused now on this offensive possession.
Inside break to Fong. Continues up the sideline to Desmond. Desmond in the middle to Rudin. Jorgensen on the inside break. They're just outside the end zone. Fury has done a good job being patient when they get into this position just outside the end zone.
Just in on 3.
Jorgensen now having it. Looks to the inside. It's still in the air and knocked away. Diana Sherrier is able to put that one down. Showdown with their 2nd possession of this point.
Yeah, so coming out of half, again, Fury with 3 offensive turnovers. The Fury offense not clicking very well. Their defensive line offense looks fantastic, but their O-line not having great success.
And a bailout throw on a high count. That's 2 times that Showdown has had to throw it away or they got stalled out on their last possession. So now Fury, 3rd opportunity, working upfield, and Rudin putting it out front. Knocked away. Phenomenal downfield defense from Christina Contreras.
That's like Christina Contreras' second big block in the end zone in this game. She's been having a good, big game too on that other side when she made that big catch off the tip disc that led to Showdown's first and only break of the first half. So that's 4 turnovers here from Showdown. And so Showdown, excuse me, from Fury. And Fury, their O-line's getting it done on D, and that's what's keeping them in this game right now, or keeping them with the lead. And again, lots of pressure on defense. Looks like a call.
Foul called. It goes straight to Lily White, so it looks like it's uncontested by Sabrina Fong. Showdown with a lot of yards to go. Like we said, this is a big opportunity to get a break, tie the game, but heads up play. Carolyn Finney gets the disc. Claire Desmond tries to jump in, not quite there. And finally, push passes to Maggie Rudin. Fury is able to score, but boy, it is not pretty.
Yeah, this is a very sloppy point here from this Fury O-line. 3 turnovers, and even here, putting it in, it just doesn't look that pretty. Like you said, and Finney, though, with a great block here. The one thing, like you can say for Fury, is they are all over Showdown defensively here. When they turn over, they're getting the disc back. And here's Desmond eyeing Maggie Rudin and just shoveling that little push pass into Rudin, right? Makes it super easy.
Yeah, Claire Desmond really a bright, shining light for the Fury offense right now. She's able to put that one away for her first assist of the game, but in the first half, it was really the Claire Desmond show for the Fury offense. She went on to score 5 times for the team.
5 of Fury's 8 goals from one player, Claire Desmond, just on fire. And here's a look at her goals. This is the first big layout catch, and that was great, great catch from Desmond.
Right, she's done it from big plays. Got the defense, just smart cutting. She almost got a 6th goal in that last point by jumping into the end zone, but instead she'll have to settle for the assist.
Yeah, she's getting things done. I mean, she presents a big target. She's a big aggressive defender, and she's got great throws. She is Fury's biggest weapon this year, it looks like. Oh, so Fury coming out with a bit of a different look here. It looks like a junk look where they're poaching into the middle of the lanes.
Right, they are playing man on the handlers. No mark is left in a cup, but downfield they've been soft. And there they find a wide open receiver. Great recognition from Rebecca Forth, and she's able to hit Sarah Levin, keeping this game close for Showdown.
Well, and some great clean offense here from Showdown, able to work it down the field. A little bit different than kind of the sloppy scores that we've seen from Showdown in the first half. This one, looks like they are very practiced at working against junk defense. They find their open receivers, and then when the deep shot opens up, just an easy shot, deep. And that is, what Showdown needs from their O-line in the second half is just punch it back, get their D-line back on the field.
And Showdown's offense, we talked about this a bit in the first half, has actually done much better when Fury throws a zone against them. A lot of times teams can see the zone, take a second to be calm and collected, and then when you get a big break, players are wide open downfield, as Levin was on that throw. But also that was a different, like you said, a different defensive look from Fury. We've seen a force middle. We've seen a regular zone with a cup.
We've seen a 4-person cup as well. But that time it looked to me like it was a junk defense with a lot of punching in the middle, and then there was some man up on the handlers as well. It could have been something. We've seen Brute Squad running Clam this year. Of course, Oregon has been running their 6-1. It may have been something along those lines. Just a junk that constantly switches and presents difficult options for the offense.
So now Fury's offense on the field for the 3rd time in this half, working upwind. Fajardo swings to Casey on the sideline.
Showdown with a very soft zone. They almost don't even have a mark here. It looks like a 3-person wall, and now they've transitioned into person-to-person defense.
Yeah, it almost looked identical to the defense that Fury just threw out. Picaithley on the sideline, gets it upfield to Fajardo, who went up line on that from the handler position. Now she's stuck on the sideline, looking somewhere to the middle, gets a high release to Casey. Fury fortunate to get off that sideline. Now they're all the way to the other side. Great switching of the field. Nazarov having trouble getting anything upfield. Looks like a high count. She sends it to the end zone, and that drops past her intended target. Showdown. Another opportunity to get a break.
So Fury continuing to struggle on their offense, and here's a deep shot to no one. Looks like a miscommunication with the receiver. Receiver coming under. Contreras putting it deep. Fury now with 70 to work.
Picaithley in the middle of the field, just at her brick mark. 50 yards to go upwind. To Fajardo. In the center to Fletcher. Picaithley. She sees Dariani downfield. Showdown is not going to catch up. And Manisha Dariani scores for Fury on their second possession of the point. Certainly looking much cleaner once they got the disc back.
It wasn't just that Fury was looking cleaner. Watch the Showdown defense here. They're giving up yards on both those last two cutters. Dariani open by 10 yards, and Lisa Picaithley open by 10 yards. It looks like Showdown's a little tired, surprising. It's the first game of the day. And just wide open receivers, it makes it easy. I mean, everyone can look and play cleanly when they're 10 yards open.
Truth. And for Showdown, in that first defensive possession, we saw Fury get stuck on that sideline, have a tough time getting their resets, and that might have been Showdown throwing out all their energy in that first possession. When you give the disc away like that, you just don't have it in the tank to work it back again.
Well, and this half opening with a lot of promise for Showdown, generating lots of turnovers in the O-line, but again, they have now generated 5 turnovers in this O-line already in this half, only converted 1 of those. A 20% conversion rate is not what you want, and it's not going to beat Fury.
Certainly not if their Showdown offense can keep the team close. Their defense has the opportunities. It really just is about this offense doing their job on this upwind. We're going to see what Fury comes down. It's Claire Desmond pulls. Strong pull on the downwind. Caught just at the goal line. Harris in the middle of the field. We see an ISO start, but Fury is in a junk. Showdown quickly falls out of it. Upline to Harris. Poindexter on the sideline. Is getting in that high count. Is able to bail out to Harris. She's still on the sideline. Upfield to Coles, who hits the ground and has not been called in by the observers. But in the confusion, Poindexter is able to get open up line. Showdown, a nice offensive point to put that one in, keep this game close at 9-10.
Yeah, again, another very nice, clean offensive point from Showdown. It's not as quick moving or as dangerous looking as Fury. They're not switching the field as much. They're not using the width as well, but they're hitting their open receivers and making it work. Sometimes jamming in, especially in those last couple throws. Kimber Cole's having to get down and low. Here's her making that catch right on the goal line. Very close. And then Kimber getting up after the questionable whether she was in or out. Recognizing, Poindexter recognizes. She checks it back in and throws for the goal. But the offense getting it done this half and giving opportunities for the D. And the D getting it done defensively but not getting it done offensively. Showdown needs to convert.
Right, and I don't think that there's an offensive point from Fury this half where they haven't turned the disc over yet.
That's right. They have the very first point they turned over once, and Showdown able to convert. The second time they turned over once, and Showdown unable to convert.
Second point they turned it over like 3 or 4 times.
3 or 4 times, 3 times, and then the last one was 1 time. So
right.
5 turnovers in this half.
So Showdown's defense playing strong, starting these points out well. Conversions is the name of the game, though. Woodings with the pull. Received by Desmond on the goal line. Centers to Snyder. Again, this kind of junky look from Showdown. Really trying to force Fury away from the center of the field.
Yeah, they're cramming the middle of the field, giving a lot of space on the outside, and Fury willing to go that way.
Fury gets it to the sideline, able to get a couple yards, and now they're back in the middle with Snyder, Rudin, and a pick call downfield as Rudin has possession of the disc about 30 yards out of their goal line.
It looks like Showdown's also transitioned into a person-to-person defense here, force forehand.
Snyder shut down on the up line. Rudin has to go to the backfield, and here comes Snyder getting the disc back. And Desmond leading for Hardo. And another goal for Fury. A smooth offensive point with no turnovers. Their first of the half with no turnovers.
And that doesn't bode very well for Showdown here to have a shot at this game. Fury, very efficient and methodic on that point, able to work that one in. Now Fajardo really stepping up here without, with Alex Snyder not at 100%, Nancy Sun not 100%. Fajardo doing a lot of great work in the backfield, complementing that downfield work that we've been seeing from Claire Desmond, as well as Maggie Rudin getting a lot of touches downfield. But Fajardo here scoring the goal, going from the backfield up into the end zone. It looks like Fury's going to take a timeout here in the second half to get their defense set. They want to get a break, and we will take a break as well. Join us for the rest of the second half.
Welcome back to Next Gen Network's coverage of 2014 National Championships. We are in the first round watching Showdown take on Fury. Showdown from Austin, Texas, Fury from San Francisco. This game is at 11-9. Showdown starting on offense to keep the game close. Fury really looking to put it away as we are getting near the end of the round.
You say Showdown from Austin, Texas. They're actually kind of a composite from all the cities. It's an all-star team from Texas. They've got players in Houston, Austin, Dallas, El Paso, and they actually have practices all throughout the state. You mentioned this idea of players traveling to play, and they've also got players from Florida. Right? They've got their two players from Orlando in Merrill Hammond and Sonny Harris.
Fourth at a high count, tries to go big upfield, and a discussion is going to happen on the field between Cree Howard and Sarah Levin. A foul is called. Cree Howard is throwing it back to fourth, indicating that she's probably contesting the disc.
Yeah, it looks like they're not going to go to the observer on this one. They're going to send it straight back. Maybe they are bringing the observer in.
And the observer is ruling a foul.
There was a lot of contact in there from Cree, but it was also kind of one of those jump balls that could go either way. But Sarah Levin's going to keep the disc.
Yeah, and that's very fortunate for Showdown. They were at a high count, and that was to get a lot of yards. Now Showdown 15 yards out of their end zone. Center to Harris. She's been doing great from that center handler position. And an inside break, tipped by Cree Howard. She's able to get the D that she felt she deserved in that last point. Fury now with a chance to get a break and go up 12-9.
Here's another look at the block here. Cree Howard coming across. Looked like the thrower thought that she saw an inside lane opportunity there for the goal, but Cree Howard heads up, and here's a deep shot from Fury right away. So Showdown gets the disc back after their turnover.
84 is going back to pick up for Showdown.
Fourth, looking into the wind as it's picking up, and she is going to call a timeout.
That's their first timeout of the second half.
Showdown's first timeout of the second half. We are going to take a timeout as well. Join us for the continuing coverage at the National Championships. Welcome back to the action as Showdown taps the disc in, starting this point on offense, but this is their second possession. Katie Forth immediately trying to hit Julie Malachek, and she is unable to catch it between the two Fury defenders. Fury now, their second opportunity and a half to get a break, and Dariani, miscommunication with her dump.
Great aggressive D there from Katie Forth on defense and converting for the score. That's a big point for Showdown here to make it 11-10, and we are actually coming close to the soft cap coming on. The soft cap will come on in 2 minutes, so it'll probably be put on during the next point. The soft cap here is add 2 to the highest score after the point is over, and you play that score. So Showdown scoring a big one for themselves off that great D from Katie Forth, and then recognizing and going deep.
Right, and Showdown showing what they've been doing actually very well at this entire game, and especially at the beginning of this half, is attacking quickly on those Fury miscues. Their first break was on a drop, and they just went straight to the end zone, again on the upwind, very similar to this play. So if Showdown can keep that intensity on the Fury miscues and attack quickly, that's strong. But they've been struggling when Fury is able to set up their defense and really, really lock down on the Showdown's defensive offense.
And where they've been particularly potent on those fast breaks is when those turnovers happen in the handling line of Fury, when they're on dumps or swings, and you had that second where the person who made the mistake is out of position, they're taking advantage of that. If Fury's turning it over on hucks, Showdown doesn't get quite that same advantage after out of the fast break.
Right, and even in that point, we saw that example. Fury turned it on a huck before the timeout. When Showdown took the timeout, they turned it on the first play. Now Fury on offense at 10-11.
Some aggressive poaching here from Showdown. They're not in a straight person-to-person defense. And it generates a turnover right near in the red zone.
Very important possession here for Showdown. Opportunity to get the break, and they have got it. A break to tie the game as Edith Tang is able to throw it to, I believe that's Kayla Ramirez. Major momentum shift late in this game.
Yeah, Showdown has come out and put it on the second half. Fury has got to figure out their offensive line. Showdown doing a great job of throwing different looks, and I think it was just the different look there that caused that turnover. You know, it's not that it was a hard throw for Anna Nazaroff here. She's just pumping and faking, trying to find the space, but I think she's just confused by the defense that Showdown's playing there, and then Showdown able to convert really easily in the red zone.
For our viewers enjoying the live stream broadcast at home, we are getting word from the booth that if you have had trouble getting to the full screen viewing, there has been a hot fix routing, and that problem should be adjusted by now. Try re-uploading it and see if you can get in the full screen. Our production team is hard at work to make sure that you get the best viewing experience when you can't be here in Frisco, Texas like the rest of us. And I tell you, being here is great.
Yeah, and feel free to tweet us to let it know it works. NGN Ultimate will work. I'm also at KDubs Ultimate if you want to tweet me. Topher, where are you at?
I'm at Real Topher Davis. Find us both. We'll be giving you some updates between rounds of stuff as Fury is starting this on offense. Soft cap just went on, so it may apply after this point. It may have already applied. We'll get a check on that.
Yeah, I believe it should be game to 14. Whoever scores here will be 12-11, and they'll add 2, so it's going to be game to 14.
And Desmond easily throws an upfield to Daryl Clancy. Fury gets the score and the lead, 12-11.
So Fury reasserts themselves here. Good offense. They ease it down on the downwind point to make it 12-11, game to 14. Derek Clancy busting open there. Claire Desmond again showing her ability here. She's such a dangerous deep threat that when she plants and comes underneath, she's getting lots of yards and is wide open and able to turn and hit that goal to Clancy.
And it seems like when Fury's offense is scoring or struggling, they rely on Desmond to get him back in this game. And why wouldn't they? As we check out our Patagonia play of the game from Claire Desmond early in this point, Kyle, you called it when it happened. It's this huck from Kayla Jorgensen, and Claire Desmond really getting out, getting up, and saving the possession.
There are two things to me that are impressive about this play. The first is the separation she creates. There's no one near her when this disc goes up. And then the play she makes at the end, going full extension, high to make that grab and coming down with it. Big early point for Fury to get them on the board. It was a break to make it 2-0 and kind of set the tone for the first half of the game for Fury.
Congratulations to Claire Desmond for being awarded the Patagonia play of the game. And now Showdown offense at a tall task, down 11-12. Going downwind. Poindexter with the disc. She's able to get it to fourth in a high count. A pick is called as Barbara Carey-Morton has the disc on the sideline for Showdown. Poindexter and her defender setting up downfield. This comes back in, able to get it upfield. Great upline cut from Katie Forth. She wants to switch the field, but it doesn't happen. There's a stopping play on the field away from the Frisbee.
It looks like maybe the players were not in position when the disc got checked in here. And so the observer on the far side, the close side to us, stopping the play here. And that takes a big yardage gain throw up there to Katie Forth, who was in power position, and that hurts Showdown here.
Right, now the disc gets tapped in. Looks like this play will go. Forth gets it into the middle of the field. Upfield to Malachek on the sideline. Levin. Trying to go back around to Malachek. The disc is tapped around, and it ends up falling to the ground. Possession for Fury.
Fury aggressive off this turnover, gain the disc moving very quickly past the Showdown defense and into the red zone.
Dansker struggling, gets it upfield, and Jorgensen able to catch that one, hop just inside the goal line, and Fury 13-11, one goal away from closing out this game in the first round.
Yeah, so Fury doing a great job here to get their break back, showing that poise, having been in this position lots of times. They know how to win games at nationals. They've done it so many times in their storied history. So here's another look at that turnover. Levin trying to get that around throw. Looks like the Fury player got a piece on the mark, and then Fury takes off on the turnover, works it downfield, and the strike there to Jorgensen right at the cone. Assist from Alicia Dansker. And so now Fury on the doorstep here, up 13-11, going downwind, game to 14, looking for their first win of these 2014 USA Ultimate Championships. Showdown taking the timeout right now. We're going to stay with you here through this exciting last few minutes. And we're going to go back to our keys to the game here, Topher.
Let's see how both teams did as we kind of predicted. Showdown to try to control the center field on defense. We saw them throw a couple junk looks, and with mild success.
Yeah, I think Showdown has done a pretty good job of forcing Fury out of their game plan. I mean, and we've talked about it. Fury's offense has struggled in this game. And I think credit to Showdown for playing defenses that are making that work. And then trusting their depth. I think we've seen Showdown distribute the disc very well. What we haven't seen is Showdown convert on turnovers, and that's why they're behind in this game. As far as Fury goes, contain Harris, Hammond, and Forth, doing a good job with that. Find a championship groove. I think for them, offensively, they need to really settle down if they want to have success long-term this weekend.
Absolutely. And the first couple points, we thought that they were just going to look smooth and take this one all the way. And then they're, a shaky start. This game is not completely put away, so let's not talk like Fury has won the game yet. they're looking for their championship groove, and if they're able to put in a strong point here, it's going to give them confidence for the rest of the day and going into the weekend.
Yeah, but the backs are against the wall here for Showdown. They need 3 straight at this point to win this game. It's a tall task in front of them, and the first one's got to be an upwinder here on offense.
Fourth receives the disc and centers to Harris. Showdown now on the sideline. They've been having a tough time hitting those resets, but those uplines have been there. Fourth on the sideline still. A foul is called on the mark. Doesn't look like it's going to be contested. Players will stop, reset.
And Fury comes in on this point with a straight person-to-person forced backhand here against Showdown.
2-on-1. Gets tipped into the end zone, but Showdown just doesn't have any players down there to make a play on it.
And like we said, those are the types of plays that Showdown was coming down with fairly consistently in the first half, but you can't rely on that all game long.
So now Fury with the game-winning possession. 50 yards to go. Switching the fields, they've done a great job working both sidelines. Jorgensen with the disc on the sideline. Fury being very patient. Nazarov getting it all the way across. Those big switches have often led to big throws. Duffy, inside break, and that is it, folks. Liz Duffy is able to find Lauren Casey, and Fury wraps this game up 14-11.
So Fury keeping their championships hope alive early here. A Showdown loss would have been a big threat to that, but Showdown looking good. They have it in them to challenge these semifinal teams. That's what we've seen here today, these top 4 seeds here at the tournament. And so Showdown, possibly a threat to make it happen. We got a lot more Frisbee for you this weekend. And here's that last point, the game-winning point from Fury.
Big swing to the sideline. Another 10-yard throw to the middle, and then a wide open inside break. This Fury is able to use that space so well this game. We saw it the whole point.
So Fury with their patented smooth, quick-moving use of the width offense takes down Austin Showdown 14-11 here in round 1 in Frisco, Texas. Join us for our continuing coverage of the USA National Championships here in Frisco, Texas. Our next game is at 11:15 our time, which will be in about 40 minutes. And we'll be featuring Portland's Rhino versus Minneapolis's Sub-Zero.
A game I am very excited about, Kyle.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting one. Both teams, you know, kind of under the radar this year and potential threats in a wide open B pool from the looks of it. So we'll be bringing you some great action. You should definitely join us in the next round.
I can't wait. Vin, why don't you take us out?